Hello. The theme of my report is ways to increase English learning motivation. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, there are three definitions to this word. Enthusiasm for doing something, the need or reason for doing something, willingness to do something, or something that causes such willingness. And due to this, motivation plays a key role in all types of learning, but it's perhaps most important in language learning, where progress can be difficult to see on a day-to-day basis. Learners with a positive attitude to their course and their studies are more likely to continue working hard and to keep going when times are tough. Although not everyone who is motivated to learn does eventually achieve their goal, many learners who do are frequently highly motivated individuals. Maintaining high levels of students' motivation is vital for language teachers. Student motivation is influenced by both internal and external factors that can start, sustain, intensify, or discourage behavior. Sparking these elements into life is therefore a key part of the teacher's role. But how can we, teachers, do this regularly and effectively? There are some ways for inspiring students and maintaining their motivation by learning new languages. So first of all, we have to understand our students' motivations. In order for a teacher to motivate a student, it is important that he understands the learner's motivation for learning languages in the first place. The extensive research investigating the link between language learning and motivation identifies two main types of motivation. Some learners have an intrinsic motivation for learning. They want to learn a language because of internal force to do so. Usually, they have an interest in the language, or they just love learning, or are perhaps more open to self-improvement. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is powered by an external source. Learners are studying a language for a particular purpose, to get a job, a qualification, to travel, or perhaps because a parent has sent them to the language school to study. Of course, people's motivation for learning frequently changes, and their levels of motivation will also fluctuate, often seemingly on a class-by-class basis. Prioritize pair and group work. One of the most motivating ways to learn a language is through close collaboration and communication with other students, giving learning the opportunity to practice their communication skills. In turn, one of the quickest ways to demonstrate to demotivate a student is to minimize their participation and involvement. Students learn best by speaking, listening, making, writing, creating, and solving. So it is better to use the active learning mode instead of passive learning. Small group activities and pair work facilitate their active learning opportunities, and boosting self-confidence can also increase their motivation to learn. They also allow all students, even the quietest ones, to express their ideas, and working cooperatively can also reduce behavior incidents and build a mutually supportive classroom environment. So we also have to create the right classroom environment. Creating a classroom environment that is conducive to learning and where students feel able to grow and succeed is clearly a key element in building students' motivation. Allowing students to personalize their learning space can also have a positive motivational effect. One key element to consider is where students sit and how the classroom is oriented. Wherever possible, try to create a layout which maximizes eye contact both between teacher and student and also between students. Linked to this, it's important that students are all physically included and that no one is sitting alone or outside pairs groups. The classroom also needs space for students to move from group to group, but not so much space that the atmosphere is quiet and there's little engagement in the lesson. Also, we should provide a clear path of success. Learners who are able to construct clear mental images of themselves as successful second language speakers tend to more often achieve their goals. Perhaps the best way to do this is to provide a step-by-step plan that gives each learner a clear and achievable route to achieving their goals. As such, ensuring that and showing how each lesson and activity clearly contributes to those targets is vital. Constantly reminding students of the objective they are working towards can also pay dividends. We have to personalize learning and give students agency. When students are offered choice and flexibility in their learning, they are more clearly able to see and feel that it has been tailored or personalized to their individual learning styles. Students then feel that they have license to say what they want to say and how they want to say it. Teachers who offer this flexibility motivate learners to go to extra mile and make more than expected progress. So, the next is keeping everything relevant and usable in real life. Whatever their core motivation for learning a language, all students want to feel that the learning activities they undertake are interesting, meaningful, and relevant. It is important that they are learning skills that are designed to be used and that they are not just learning for learning's sake. Language teachers who focus their efforts on teaching students the skills to communicate with native speakers of their target language in real-world situations are therefore powerfully able to motivate learners to progress, particularly when they also deploy realia and other authentic content, magazines, social media posts and film, TV content, so that students can immediately see the applicability of their learning in the real world. We should also give our students feedback. Most language learners want to succeed, so the careful use of praise and positive feedback can be powerful motivators to encourage their continued progress. Students can find it difficult to see the progress that they are making or where they need extra support work. So there's an important role for language teachers to play in providing that guide, marking assignments and detailing where improvement can be made is clearly a key part of this work. Students who feel a sense of achievement will inevitably feel more self-confident, better able to lead their own learning, and more motivated to succeed. Of course, it's a fine balance to ensure that your feedback doesn't slip into constant criticism of students who make mistakes. Students should feel that these are all part of the learning process and should be encouraged to take risks and stretch themselves beyond their current learning level. So I hope that these ways will help you to motivate your students and they will have much better results in the process of learning.